You dream of hitting the road solo, just you, your car, and the open road. But then reality hits. Where do I even start? Do I need weeks off of work? Will I be safe? Am I cut out for this? What am I thinking? Overwhelm, right? And so often your little daydream dies right on the spot. I don't want that to happen to you. What if I told you that the perfect way to begin solo road tripping doesn't require an adventure of epic proportions? In fact, you can start this week without spending a fortune or even taking time off. At the end of this video, I'll give you 2 very specific and easy steps so that you can start today to break through the overwhelm and get going. Hey there, I'm Bing from Wonder Bing Travel, and I have road tripped solo in the past 7 years, over 60,000 miles. But I had to start somewhere. If you've been thinking about setting off on a journey to rediscover your sense of wonder, but you're not really sure where to start, well, you're in the right place. Let's talk about how you can begin your solo adventure without waiting for the perfect storm or for all the stars to align, because you know what? It's never gonna happen. Solo female road tripping across the US has become one of the most popular ways to travel. Did you know that over 80% of solo travelers are women? And the number of us wanting to travel on our own, it just keeps growing every year. There is something so empowering about setting off on your own, discovering new places, and as I phrase it, seeking freedom and wonder around the bend. So I know what you're probably thinking. I want that to be me. Please pick me. But you also know that a long, lovely, meandering travel experience, it's just not in the cards right now. So what do? You're tired of watching other people post photos and videos of amazing destinations and food and sunsets and you name it. You have serious FOMO. But what if the answer for you is literally right in front of you? Let me help you get where you want to go. In fact, I'm here to tell you that the perfect solo road trip for you is much closer than you think. All right, side note here, one quick and easy way to get started is to check out my free 5-day going solo quick start guide. I'll share the link here, and then you can enjoy 5 days of practical tips and inspiration, and you can do it on your own time. It's a great way to get started, especially if you're just really not sure what you're doing. So in my book, There's Wonder Around the Bend, I call what we're about to talk about dreaming small. Dreaming small is about creating mini adventures that are totally doable for you no matter what your life is like right now. I'm talking about the kind of trip that you can take without feeling like it would take weeks of time to plan and enjoy the trip. It's the perfect way to get started with solo road trip planning for women who want to dip their toes in the water and maybe not quite ready yet for a significant commitment of time and a longer journey. So just think about it. A weekend away or even a 1-day trip can still give you that sense of freedom and wonder that you're craving. And here's the best part. You're not committing to a big, long trip just yet. This is a chance for you to test the waters, see how you feel, and realize that a solo road trip is totally possible for you. I know for some of us, starting small feels less intimidating, especially if you're working through some fears. You may be worried about things like being alone or making a lot of decisions or getting lost. Maybe it's just stepping out of your comfort zone. That's why a mini road trip is actually such a great first step, because you can plan it close to home and you can even sleep in your own bed if you want to. A mini adventure gives you a chance to try out this solo road trip thing, right? Without the pressure of a long distance journey. And you know what? It is a great way to ease into the freedom that solo travel brings. You get to explore new places, enjoy the solitude, and then just be by yourself for a while. And I love that so many of the benefits of a longer trip are still part of these mini wanderings. So in my previous video in this series, which is called Planning the Perfect Road Trip in 2025, I shared a really fun list of solo road trip perks that people don't often consider. They're inspiring and they're fun, and it really may help you kind of get started. So check that video out here if you missed it. You can also look at this shorter adventure as a practice run. And there's actually 2 really wise reasons to do that. The first one is that if you're considering a longer trip, so maybe you are planning to do something longer, this is a great way to work out the kinks for that trip. And sort of like taking a test drive, right? So consider what you do on a longer trip and then just do those things for one day or one weekend. And if you're considering camping, and I say that because I do a lot of camping, and there's a lot of parts to camping, especially if you're new at it. Go camp for one night somewhere close by, or even put up your tent or your RV or whatever in your backyard and just see how you do. And you'll find out what you're missing, or maybe just what you need to be more fully prepared. So that's one reason. If you are considering that longer trip, then a mini wandering, a short-term trip, can be a perfect practice run. The second reason for doing that is because you're still taking a road trip. In other words, it's not nothing. If the mini road trip is your only option for now, then take it. Maybe it's a short day trip to a nearby town, or just a leisurely drive through a scenic area that you've never been, or going on a hike, or finding a park to wander through, or stop for lunch in a place that you've never been before. All of those things apply. All of those things are perfect. The idea here is to create space for yourself, right? No agenda, no rush, just space for solace and peace. And it creates time for you to slow down, open your eyes, and to see what's going on around you. We miss so much of what's going on around us in our busyness. And here's the best part. When you take those smaller steps, you get to practice all the skills that will make a longer journey even easier. You'll start to feel more comfortable with the whole process of solo road tripping, from navigating to finding your next spot to just trusting yourself along the way. So here's a little something that I've put together to help you get started. It's my 5-day Going Solo Quick Start Guide. It's designed to help you take your first steps towards planning your solo adventure, whether it's a mini road trip or something bigger. You can grab it for free by clicking the link below, which is wonderbingtravel.com/going-solo. And I promise that I packed it full of practical tips. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what it is that you would really need to know in a quick start guide. A lot of it comes straight out of my book, There's Wonder Around the Bend, and it will give you confidence that you need to hit the road, even if it's just for a short time. So I hope you grab it and enjoy it. So whether you're dreaming of the open road or you're just looking to take a break out of your routine, I want you to know that taking that first step, it's actually easier than you think. You don't need a long, complicated trip to experience the joy and freedom that comes with solo road tripping. Start small, take a practice run, and most importantly, let yourself just relax and enjoy the journey. You totally can do this. And as promised, here are my 2, I guess, even quicker start encouragements to make that first solo road trip actually happen. Super basic, but I think for a lot of us, these are the things we need to hear, right? So the first one is to schedule it right now. Right now. Pick a date, put it on your calendar, treat it like any other important thing that you have to do. If you wait for the perfect time, it's never going to happen. But if you commit to that date, even if it's for just a short day trip, suddenly it becomes real. Number 2, if you're not sure where to go, take 10 minutes and just make a list of interesting local places or semi-local places within a half hour, within an hour, within 2 hours, whatever works for you. Places you've never visited, experiences you've never tried. I guarantee no matter where you live, even if you've lived there your whole life, there's things you've never done within an hour of your home. Just choose 1 or 2 that really excite you, put it on the calendar, and get out of here. Okay, don't forget that next week I'm taking this show on the road and I'm vlogging a mini wandering so you can see how it all plays out. So everything that I'm teaching you today, I'm going to be doing that somewhere relatively close to home for one day. I'm just going to do a day trip. One day so that you can see. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you know when that video becomes available. I release new videos every Monday or Tuesday. I'm also popping the playlist for this series, How to Plan the Perfect Road Trip for 2025, as well as a vlog from one day of last summer's vlog, which was a long solo road trip, so you can see what life is like out on the road. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the amazing. I hope to see you on the road.